What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my Godzilla comic book reviews. And in this video, we're talking about Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater, issue number 2. So this one is written by Tom Scioli, edited by Jake Williams, and production designed by Nathan Wittig. So Tom Scioli also did it. So it's kind of an interesting one. They found a way to make Great Gatsby entertaining. You just throw Godzilla in here. But this is just some weird, extremely crazy crossover. I mean, if you look at the cover right here, it says Jules Verne, Cyborg, the Time Machinist, Great Gatsby, and Sherlock Holmes going underwater to try and do battle with Godzilla. They still kind of dive a little bit into the Gatsby relationship that he has with, you know, the girl, like Daisy and all that too. But they all go underwater. They try to use their, like, specialized weapons to kind of do battle against that. They even have the maser cannons, which, if you've seen Godzilla films, it may affect the Gargantuas, but it's not going to affect Godzilla. So they do battle underwater. There's some neat looking shots of Godzilla. Again, this isn't my exact preferred art style for a Godzilla comic book. I think some of the other one, the more modern takes, look a little bit better, but there's some cool looking artwork. It feels really kind of old school in that feel, like very retro, and I think it works for the story that they're trying to tell, because you got these classic literary characters kind of mixed in with Godzilla. And so they go do battle, and they really are no match for Godzilla. They do try to escape at one point, and they eventually do manage to survive, and they make it back to the surface, and they try to have all sorts of different booby traps against Godzilla and that overseas. There's this one shot here where they're like, Godzilla, it looks straight out of the opening of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? I'm not exactly sure if that was intentional, but that literally is in the Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Where Are You, like, intro. I've seen the show so many times. It's right, that shot right out of the intro. And of course you have Sherlock Holmes there. And then all of a sudden, freaking Dracula shows up in this thing. Like, what? Like, what the hell is Dracula doing here? Like, it was so out of nowhere and abrupt. Like, now we're bringing in Dracula, and then he kills off, like, Sherlock Holmes, and Godzilla's facing off against all these different things. Like, how is Sherlock Holmes the one who gets killed by Dracula? Like, it's so out of nowhere. It's so abrupt. And now he's after this chick here, and Daisy, and he's like, Dracula just feels so out of nowhere in this thing. Like, it just, like I said, there was, like, no lead up to it. Really, did I miss something? Like, what is Dracula doing here? So yes, Dracula does show up, and it seems that the next issue, Godzilla's going to do battle with the Universal monsters, or at least the non-copyright versions of them, because you have Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, you have the Mummy, and, like, the Wolfman. Like, what is this story doing? Like, the Dracula thing, like, when I was reading it, like, why is Dracula here? And he kills Sherlock Holmes? Like, honestly, that would actually make a pretty interesting movie, Dracula versus Sherlock Holmes. But hey, it is what it is. So all things considered, I did, like, enjoy this comic book overall, but it definitely felt really abrupt by throwing Dracula in there kind of out of nowhere. I didn't feel like there was really much setup in this particular issue. It just felt all, like, sort of random in that too. But hey, you know what? It's just so wild that this is the crossover. Like, Godzilla's throwing beef with everybody. I mean, next year he's doing battle with the Universal monsters. I guess because of the next issue here. He's done battle with the Power Rangers. He's facing off against the Justice League, and now he's facing off against, like, the Marvel superheroes. Like, he is just, like, on a roll, just picking fights with everybody and other monsters too in the process. It is rather wild and crazy to see, like, what's going on with the King of the Monsters. You're just like, you know what? I'm the King of the Monsters. That includes Kaiju and you, Universal Monsters. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But hey, like I said, some good stuff in here. What did you all think of the comic book? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, all that other fun stuff. I think I got 2 more comic book reviews from this week to catch up on before next week's batch, which is pretty much like the second to last batch of comic book reviews for the year. I don't know. I think I got to check to see if there's any more Godzilla comic books coming out, because this could very well be the last Godzilla comic book review for the year. So, like, keep an eye out for that stuff. Like I said, some interesting things here and there. So, but anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.